So this is a bottom button. So the bottom button has it can pivot on 4 axes, and you can press it simply just to turn it on and off. And you can, based on this menu, you can toggle it left and right to control it. So it has accessibility, so it has a beep for people who are blind and can't use it without audio cues. And there's also a menu if you just toggle. Hold on. So if you press the button once, there's a menu. You can change the input that you're using. So you have 3 ports. You can choose between VGA, or I think maybe that's just like a different version of DisplayPort, and then 2 HDMI ports. If we use these arrows, we can navigate between the menus. So we can go to settings. We can change the brightness. So this is what it looks like at minimum brightness. Okay, we can change the contrast, which will change the energy consumption of the monitor. Okay. Not changing much. I'm trying to look at these contrast areas, but it's not really doing anything. Let me just change that back to 70. Change the volume, so this has built-in speakers, which is pretty nice. My dad loves built-in speakers. He says every monitor should come in with built-in speakers. And you can change the color temperature, so this is useful for if you like night lights or you don't like blue light. So let's do custom. We can change the picture mode, which, you know, between movie and game mode, you guys are familiar with this. You can of course change language, energy saving. The standby, you can change how long it takes to turn off, which I don't usually have that on, but could be useful. Not sure what HDMI compatibility is. Not sure what OSD lock is. And you can also do a factory reset. Okay, and that's it. And let's go back. We can change the picture mode straight from the button menu, just to give you an idea of what each of them look like. Okay, and then lastly, you can power it off by pushing it to the back. Okay, and also with the menu not up, you can change the volume directly by switching it left or right. And you can also mute it by pushing it down. So pretty nifty. Anyway, I'm going to set it to max volume. And you can see that this is my Mac. So let's see. This has a 75 hertz refresh rate. So it's not super impressive. And hold on, this is also on the wrong side. So let's go to system settings. Let's go to display. Oof, this is going to be interesting. Let's go to displays, arrange. So the actual resolution of this is 1080p. So it's 1920 by 1080. So it's actually smaller in resolution than my Mac, which is very funny, even though it is bigger. Oh, okay. And then it just dragged my settings all the way to the left. And if you want to adjust the text, I guess that's a system-dependent thing. But for my dad, he likes being able to see the text, so it might be useful to have larger text. But anyway, let's see. So it has a setting to use it as twice its resolution. Not really sure how that works. Okay, so it doesn't actually work like that. I can't do that. So we're going to change that back. I think that's an Apple setting. I don't think it's the monitor that can do that. But in this case, we can see we can change its refresh rate to 75 hertz. can't really see that much change. 50 to 75 is not that big. You can change the color profile. And also, if you decide to rotate the monitor, you can change it. Okay, and I think that's it. Let me pull up the web page for it, the Amazon page. So you see, we bought this July 17th, and right now it's August 20th, and it's $165. Yeah, so when we bought it, it was $165. So the Prime Day sale, I guess it stayed. But if we look real closely at the history of it, I like using camel for it. So back around when we bought it, it did dip down to about that much, but oh, it's only recently dropped down to $165. Most of the time it's spent it at about $200. So I guess it's been a bit of time, so that's why they're selling it for cheaper. But the last thing I'll show you in this video is its volume setting. So let's play something pretty loud. Okay, and let me change the audio to the speaker. Set the volume to max. Okay, so I can't set it through the Mac, but I can set it through here. So it's at max right now. And then let's go to the actual dorm storm. This is where everyone's screaming. And there's an ad. How interesting. That was weird. Okay. So usually this happens with Macs. For some reason it speeds up the second display whenever you use the original audio. Sorry, whenever you use the second display's audio, for some reason it speeds up the video. I don't know why it does that, but this is not great because that means I can't show you the volume. But maybe if I search up volume test monitor volume. That's a YouTube video, so it's not gonna work. Maybe I should just use an audio file I have. Oh well, maybe last thing I'll try is maybe I have an audio file in here. So this is from when I did my YouTube, my Owl City medley. Come on. What's going on? There we go. Okay, so I guess this struggles with playing audio on a Mac. What should we do? Okay, so yeah, it does not have a built-in speaker, which is going to be annoying for my dad. He loves built-in speakers. Wait, what the? Hold on. I'll talk about this in a second. But anyway, yeah, there's no built-in speakers according to the reviews. So I think the switching it to the monitor output is just switching it to the audio output in the back of the monitor. That's okay. But one thing I want to point out is come over here. Come at this angle. If you look from here. Look from this angle. You can kind of see the text is actually floating on top of the white. Am I crazy? Like look like straight from here. You might be able to see it. But oh, it's kind of like a parallax effect. You can see it most notably at the edges where it actually bleeds onto the bezel. But yeah, this is a pretty long video so far. That's all I have to really say about the monitor. It's a pretty normal monitor for office use. My dad's mostly going to use it for video editing. But as a monitor, it works. It's big, 32 inches. We can actually measure how long it is. I mean, our goal is that it's actually 19 inches tall. It's 20 inches tall. Interesting. It's 33 inches from the top bezel to the bottom bezel, and then it's an actual 31.5 inch screen. The width is 28.75 inches. The screen itself is just 17 inches tall, and again with the stand it's 20 and 1/4. Okay, so that's gonna be it for this video. Pretty long video, but I hope it got everything that you were wondering about the monitor out of the way. And again, you can buy it on Amazon for $165, and we'll link it down in the description below if you're interested in buying it. I'm Aiman, and thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and look at other videos on EyeOnAiman, especially the videos on product unboxings. And I'll see you in the next one. But for now, I'm Aiman, and signing out.